Hey, welcome. Welcome back to all you that have been watching us, and welcome to all the people that are seeing this for the first time. Yeah, I guess today is July 6th. Had a good 4th of July weekend. For those of you probably see my short, I took the 706 out on the 4th of July. Just for a short few mile little ride. There's a storm moving in, and actually here this afternoon, another storm came through today, but it's kind of the way it's been here in Nebraska lately. Been getting a lot of rain. Today we were in a severe warning, but luckily nothing really happened. Just got another half-inch of rain in about 20 minutes, but it's kind of the way it's been. We've been getting quite a bit of rains, and there hasn't been much irrigating going on, so it's been good in that aspect. Kind of hard to get hay put up and things like that, but it's good for the crops, and it is good for the hay too. It's not all drying out. But so anyways, today we're going to be working on my 704. I brought it home and haven't really done much with it, and I was kind of working on my 708 a little bit this morning too, trying to get a key switch wired into that. But anyways, I was working on that. I was like, today would be a good day to try and see if that 704 will start. So that's what we're gonna be doing, and hopefully we can get it running. All right, here's what we're working on. Working on my 704 LP. I guess for those of you that are new, this tractor does have a two-wheel drive axle under it. If you look back through the videos, the day I brought it home, I talked a little bit more about it. But anyways, the guy I got this from, he bought it from the original owner, and this guy I bought it from only owned it a couple years. So he could never get it running. Well, when I was messing with it today, these points were pretty much junk, so put a new set of points in it. Just gonna kind of see if we got spark here now. But back to anyways, the guy that he had got it from said the four-wheel drive axle had broke under it, and basically he worked out a deal with the dealer to where he took it to the dealer kept all the four-wheel drive components that were good except for the drop box. I do have the drop box came with it, which is good. And then they put this two-wheel drive axle under it, and basically all that was free as long as they could keep the four-wheel drive parts. So that's what happened here. We do have another axle that we're going to put underneath this tractor. We'll be getting to that here soon. But anyways, just going to try and see if we can get this thing to run. So that's where we're at right now. Okay, so I'm going to adjust these a little bit. They just don't seem like they're opening too far. Open just a hair. I do have the key off, so otherwise I'd be getting a little shock there, I'm sure. But okay, I'm gonna go turn the key on and I'll bump it over. You guys watch the spark. Was there spark? I'll go back and look. Alright, hopefully this will be a better view. Wish it was a little darker out, to be honest with you, but we'll give this a shot. Alright, we were able to get spark. We just checked on, had the spark plug wire off and looked. Had that going there too. So the gauge shows nothing, but it does seem like it's got a hint of fuel in it yet. We're gonna try to see if we can make it run. Is that choke cable pulling it out?
Yeah. Pull it off.
Okay, try it. Shut the key off. Screwdriver over there?
Okay.
What if try to put a little starting fluid in? Open the choke. As soon as you start cranking it, go ahead and pull the choke closed.
Give it some. I think you're right.
Shut it off. I'll go get, should be able to hook that bottle up right here. Alright, so we hooked up a little fuel tank here, just a little, like a grill bottle that we got propane in for doing these tractors. So got it hooked up, doesn't sound like nothing's leaking, so that's already a win. We're gonna go ahead now and see if it'll start. What?
I shut it off.
G704, he's a runner. Oh, that is a successful day. Once again, this is a tractor that only made for 1 year. Didn't make all that many of them. But need to get a front axle put under it. Do have the drop box. This is the 68. There you go, 68 one made. He's gonna move it now. Rock it, we'll see if it moves. Appears like it will. That's good. But there you go. We got a running G704. All right, sorry for the train noise, but since we got everything over here, we just, I'm sure you guys can't see it, but the exhaust, which is a brand new muffler, I took off my 708, but the paint was starting to come off, so we knew the exhaust was getting really hot. But the blocks and heads, so the tractor's got no coolant in it, but the blocks and heads, all that stuff, it all feels cold yet. So we're thinking maybe that was maybe some of our miss. It does seem like it labors a little bit. So we're gonna do the timing. We're thinking maybe it was firing as the valves were opening. So we're gonna play with the timing a little bit right now. and is working. So anyways, I think it might be starting to get a little warm. Shut her down. So the brother's over here. He's been dismounting these tires. He's got the regular rim like for his 706 over here. So, but hey, he's got these tires here he bought. Pretty good tires, didn't get much for him. That's good. So tires he's actually got on the back of that tractor dad. So he's gonna get these put on there, and so he's been doing. He's gonna get them off these rims and get them on that rim. But anyway, as far as the 704 goes, I gotta get it up and we'll put some propane in it. See if there's any leaks there, but that's kind of where we're at with that. And hopefully a little sneak peek for the rest of you, I guess, but here soon we're gonna be doing some front end swapping underneath these tractors to get the front end that's underneath my brother's 706 is kind of pretty bad. A lot of stuff wrong with it. So there's that front end that him and I bought together last fall. There's a go back and watch the video of that. So that front end's gonna go underneath his 706. And that way that tractor be completely done. I'm gonna put that project front end underneath my 704 and just basically make it look like how it's supposed to. You know, it's a factory front wheel assist tractor. It should have a front wheel assist axle under it. No, it ain't gonna work right away. The pinion's bad in my brother's front axle, which if you go back and watch his videos, he talks about it quite a bit there. So that's kind of where we're at with that. And so yeah, I think I'm gonna cut it here and continue to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.